Hey guys, so today I want to shoot a video because I'm going through some stuff and I thought you might be able to relate. Why is it that you can listen to audiobooks and go to seminars and watch people on Facebook and it looks like they're having such an amazing life, an extraordinary life, and they're telling you, you should live your best life too. And you say, I want to, but it's so hard. It's so stressful. There's so many things going on that get in the way. And I'll tell you what gets in the way is our beliefs. What we really believe, how we've been conditioned when we were little, that's what gets in our way more than our circumstances, more than our bills, more than anything else that's going on. So, last year, if you watch my videos, I was working really, really hard. I put in so many hours and accomplished so much stuff. And then I asked myself, so why am I trying to accomplish all these things? And one of the reasons why is because I want to make a giant difference in the world, right? But the other reason why, oh, there we are, is the fact that I want to be able to make enough money so that I can enjoy time with my kids, right? And enjoy time with my family and do things that we really love doing together because that's part of creating an amazing life for me. So, the reason that I'm laughing is because it's such a contradiction, right? Because I say that I want to spend more time with my family, so what do? I work constantly so that I'm not around my family so that I can make enough money to be with my family instead of just spending more time with my family and cutting back on the work. And so I had to take a look at that. And it's the old fisherman story. You've probably heard of that before, right? Where this rich business guy, he goes off to this beautiful island. It's a fishing village, and he finds this fisherman down by the shore, and the fisherman's doing pretty good. And so the businessman man hooks up with him and says, this is pretty beautiful. It's so relaxing and so amazing here. He says, it's an ideal spot. He says, I'm a business guy. He says, you can make a lot of money here. And the fisherman said, yeah, how would I do that? He says, you could go ahead and hire some more people and buy some more boats, and then you can make more money. And the fisherman said, yeah, what would I do then? He says, well, then you could build a whole factory here, and you could spend a lot of money or make a lot of money, and you could spend a lot of time helping to grow your empire. And the fisherman said, well, what then? He says, what then? He says, then you'd be making all kinds of money. And the guy says, well, what would I do if I had all kinds of money? And the businessman says, well, then you could go and take vacations and go fishing and enjoy yourself. And the fisherman looked at him and he said, is that a lot of stress? And the guy says, yeah, it's going to be a lot of stress. And the fisherman says, but I'm already doing that now. And that's what happens. We think to have what we want, we have to go and do all these elaborate things, and then we can be happy. And it's a big, giant game that keeps us stuck because it doesn't work that way. It's not going to work that way. So let me give you a personal story. So because I worked so much last year, and I kept thinking that I wasn't spending as much quality time with my family, and every time I say what's most important, I say my family and quality time, I thought, hey, I need to start doing this. Now, don't get me wrong. I've spent a lot of quality time with my kids. We have a great family. But my oldest is going into high school next year. He's going to be 14. And so, I need to make sure that I spend as much time with him as possible. And my youngest is 10. I want to make sure that we have quality time with him. And my wife, we want to make sure we have a great relationship. And you can't do that unless you spend quality time having discussions and doing activities that are fun and enjoyable. Because a lot of couples, the only conversations we have are about the stressful things that are happening. And if after a while, all you talk about are stressful things, the relationship feels stressful. So, I thought we got to do some different things. So I went ahead and my wife and I started working out, going to this Orange Theory, which is a workout place. And we signed up for a couple of months, prepaid, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? 9:15 in the morning. We work out for about an hour, and then we come home. I can be at the office by 11. But that gives us something fun. It's a hard routine, but it's fun, and it's something that we can do together, and it's something we're doing 3 days a week, and it gives us more energy, and it helps us feel good about ourselves. More importantly, it's quality time for my wife and I, and we look forward to it. We talk about it. We're sore together afterwards. We complain about walking up and down the stairs, and then we laugh because we know we got to go do it tomorrow. But it's something that's really quality time. And that's awesome. But in the back of my mind, I'm best in the morning. I want to get up and tear into things. And all of a sudden, my prime hours for when I usually was most productive at work is at 9:15 in the morning. And now I'm working out with my wife instead of that. And my brain, even though I know this is the right decision, my brain is saying, you know what, you need to be working here. You can't be working out, and then afterwards you're tired, and then you're sore, and then you could be doing all these other things and getting all these other things accomplished. And then what if you're not doing those things, and then you don't make the kind of money that you're making, and then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to go and do that stuff with your family. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm getting caught up like that businessman, having all these thoughts instead of thinking like the fisherman or the fisherwoman, right? And thinking to myself, wait a second, I can spend quality time doing these activities and enjoy it right now instead of having to do all this other stuff that we get caught up in. I see my wife do it too with her stuff. She could be doing things, she says, I never have time to take care of myself. Now there's times where she can take care of herself, but she gets caught up in her to-do list and all the other stuff, and she doesn't take care of herself in the way that she could because of the story she's telling herself, just like I do it to me, and everybody else does it to them too. And so I bet you're telling yourself a story that's keeping you stuck as well. We're all walking around telling ourselves a story, and we believe the story we tell ourselves. And so my message to you is that if you're not living the kind of life that you want to live, that you can live it, but you cannot until you change the story you tell yourself, until you start changing your perspective. And sometimes that's hard to do on your own. So talk to a friend, talk to a coach, talk to somebody that will help inspire you, or watch these videos, and hopefully they will cause you to take a look at your life and say, what is it that I could be doing right now that I'm not because of some fear, because of some story I'm telling myself? Change your story and you change the game. Okay? And you can change the game anytime you decide to. So I hope this inspires you. Make today count. Make it a sure success.